sell over here in the United States. Probably all going to be very disappointed because from my point of view it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I've still got jet lag. You'll probably find if there's anything worse than giving a talk at 1 o'clock in the morning, it's listening to one. But if you get too bored, you can go out. I think there's going to be a concert just down the road. You can hear Prokofiev's Love of Three Oranges, but that's pretty boring as well. So, yeah. I'm very sad about the weather because this is the third time I've been to the United States in the last couple of months. I've had to go to the Angeles twice to try and speed up the production of my third book about Archbishop Lefebvre. And being my main job, I'm kind of sports master. I take soccer and cricket and things like that. And my ambition is to get a suntan to enhance my status next term. And both times when I went to Texas, they had lovely sunny weather. Literally, the day I got there, then it rained every single day while I was there. And then it was sunny again when I went back. And then I came here, and Mr. and Mrs. Motz said, what would I like to do tomorrow? Where would I like to go? I said, I'd just like to go out in your yard and lie in the sun and get a tan, but it will probably pour with rain, which it did. Even a few years ago I was in India, and in the dry seas it poured with rain when I was there then. So perhaps it's something to do with being British. But Mr. and Mrs. Motz's son, he's been over in England. I think he noticed it really does, hasn't done it. It really does rain. It rains there nearly every day. It's always cool and chilly. But it's very, very disappointing when I've been reading about your heat wave. That was what I was really looking forward to. So, any of you want to know where I am in the USA, all you have to do is look at the weather forecast, those charts on the television, where it's raining, that's where I should be. Now, I'm supposed to talk about the Mass, but nearly everyone I've spoken to since I've been here, all they want to talk about is Archbishop Lefebvre. But, so I will, if possible, I'll try and not to make the talk too long, so then you can ask any questions about anything you like. So we'll get down into talking about the Tridentine Mass, because that, to a large extent, is what lies at the basis of the traditionalist movement. Can everyone hear me all right? So I don't really need this microphone, but is it here for any purpose? Well, I suppose we've got to begin at the beginning. Like, you've heard about the teacher who was taking the first communion class, and she said to the little girl, what's the first thing you have to do to make a good confession? She said, commit some sins. Which, actually, when you think about it, is perfectly true. So, if I think it's sinking through to you, it is correct, isn't it? So, when we start thinking about the Mass, if we get down to it, what is the Mass all about? And I like to think about the reply St. Michael, the Archangel, gave to Satan. You remember Satan wished him to take part in his rebellion at God, and St. Michael replied, you remember his famous reply, Quis ut Deus, who is like God, which of course is the Latin for the Hebrew Michael, which I quite like because it's my name, Mikael. You've noticed all the angels, the names end in El, which is a Hebrew word for God, and Michael means who is like God. And what he was getting at, of course, is that there's no one who's like God, because God is the creator, and we are his creatures. And God is finite, and we are infinite. God is infinite, and we are finite. And there can't be any comparison whatsoever to the creator and the creature, or the infinite and the finite. And we owe God everything. He owes us nothing at all. He needs nothing for us, but we need everything from him. So one of our primary duties in life, well, our primary duty is to offer God solemn and fitting worship. And the highest form of worship, of course, is sacrifice. And most of you, I'm sure, will have had a good Baltimore Catechism education. And you know that sacrifice is the offering of a victim to God by an appointed representative on behalf of the people. And that it's offered for 4 objects: for adoration, thanksgiving, contrition, and petition. And adoration, of course, means that we love God more than any other creature in the whole world. If we adore anyone, it's actually a sin. You're only allowed to adore God. And sacrifice